guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick fire assumptions video. I've seen a few people do this and it looks like loads of fun, and I actually had a different video planned for tonight, but it is not quite ready yet and I really don't want to let you down. So this is like a last minute video. So I just put out on Instagram, what are your assumptions of me? And we've got quite a few through. So Matt is actually behind the camera.
Hi.
He's just gonna like fire them at me, and I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes and just be brutally honest. I have no idea what the questions or what the assumptions are. So yeah, here we go. Should I start it?
Go for it.
Okay, go.
Okay, you rarely shout.
That's true. Do you think?
Can't see my face, can you?
No, I don't shout. Like, I have to be pushed to the brink if I was gonna shout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, I think I'll more go like internally and stress. Yeah.
Brilliant. Like every mum, sometimes you feel overwhelmed and cry.
Yes, especially in lockdown. It has just been a bit long now. Like for the first 6 or 7 weeks I was fine, and now that we're on like 14 or whatever, obviously I'm trying to work alongside homeschool the kids and keep Jackson entertained, and we've got a house move as well, so it has just like all been a bit much. So yeah, definitely.
You haven't struggled with homeschooling and love having the boys around more.
I do love having the boys around more, but I do find homeschooling quite hard sometimes. Fraser, he's at an age where he's like super capable and he can just sit down and do homeschooling.
And we don't understand
Caleb,
work.
yeah, that's the only thing. I don't understand the year 4 maths. I do struggle with that. But Caleb, he's been so good considering, but I actually found the week after half term really hard to get him back into it. So I'm kind of hoping that school is back in September, because I can't imagine, you know, getting him back into it after the summer holidays. I think that is going to be like quite tricky. So yeah, but overall we're surviving. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, you live for holidays and making memories.
Yes, that's true. Next.
There's quite a lot of that.
Yeah, I love a holiday. Like Matt and I have always prioritized holidays. We met when I was 22, he was 24, and then after just 4 months of meeting, we like went on a round the world trip and we saw loads of places, and like, yeah, we always prioritize holidays for sure.
Okay, next one. My secret is out. Matt is part of the FBI.
No, but I think he would actually be really good in the FBI. He's got an amazing talent that he can like recognize anyone's voice that rings up, like even out of like his hundreds of clients at the shop, he would just know who it is. Is that a talent? Is that could the FBI use that? I don't know.
I doubt it. It's not FBI.
What is that?
Okay, another secret. You have another secret child.
No.
But Matt does.
Kind of wish I did. No, if I had another child, you'd know about it.
Next. You and Matt rarely argue. Love your content, by the way. And my daughter is called Emily too.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah, we don't really argue. Like, we would never have like a big loud argument, but we do like bicker. Like, we do annoy each other sometimes.
Lately.
Recently. no, but we both like don't really love confrontation. So I don't know, we'd be like, oh, could you maybe not do that? Like, oh, nice. And then sulk. I just sulk. I don't know.
You would be okay with one of your children being gay or transgender?
Yes, I literally don't care. I've had that question a few times. I just wouldn't, like, I love my children unconditionally. Whatever job they choose, whoever they want to marry, whatever sex life they want to have, like, I could care less, because they're my boys. Okay,
changing the subject. Your house is always clean.
No.
It
is quite clean. Like, it is clean, but not always tidy. I don't know, if I'm busy, I will just like leave stuff out, and I will just like, sometimes I'll think, oh, actually that's more important than the house being tidy. Especially when the boys were little, I would just like cuddle them and like let the mess like add up and just like leave it. So it's not always tidy at at all.
It's real.
As you can see in my cleaning videos, like the before,
No, we make that mess.
it's like the truth.
Okay, next one. That you work your bum off to bring brilliant content to others.
I like to think I work really hard. Yeah, it has been a struggle, especially during lockdown, to still create like exciting content. I feel like there's a lot of vlogs coming because that is just the easiest to film with the boys being around, because I feel so guilty if I'm like, boys, could you just be quiet while I film a video? It's like not a nice feeling. But I work really hard. I have loads of ideas all the time. I'm constantly writing down like videos that I could make for you guys. So yeah, I love it. I'm passionate.
You act different on camera than in real life.
I don't think so.
I should answer that.
I definitely have like a camera voice and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I've done this for over 6 years. I've made like 900 videos or something. It would be really difficult to play a part for all of those videos. Like, this is just the way I am. And I always think like, I want my channel to be like this positive place. So although I do sometimes say like, guys, I'm really suffering with this or that, I do want to be like, you know, a nice thing to watch. I don't want to like bring you guys down.
No. Gemma says, you wish your family lived closer.
Yes, I do. My mum and sister, they're in Canada, so obviously that's very far away, and obviously no one can visit, especially right now. So we have like a group call every Sunday and we like chat, but it is hard. It's not the same as like in real life. So yeah, I miss them.
Okay, changing the subject again. You don't like to move into a fully decorated house. You prefer to paint and decorate.
This is interesting actually, because when we were looking to move, we looked at quite a few new builds, and we were keen having the boys and also having to move in and be able to like film and work straight away. Like a new build was appealing, but then even when we were looking at new builds, there were elements we wanted to change. So in the end, we just decided to buy a house which is totally livable, but that we can like make our own. So we're excited to make the changes.
You miss your old job.
No. I did. Which one? Like, I did love all my jobs. The last job that I had, I didn't really feel like I fit in, and I didn't really feel like my ideas were listened to, and that is very frustrating. So I don't really miss that last job, but I did love working in PR. I felt like that's like a natural thing for me to be able to like socialize, and like, I don't know, I felt like I was a really good fit. But I prefer what I'm doing now, for sure.
You always wake up with good energy for the day.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, you do, to be honest.
Yeah, I am a morning person. Like, I am quite sunny in the morning. Yeah, I am. Except for when it's the week before.
Something.
My,
No. Okay, that you wish you started YouTube sooner.
Yes, that's true. I didn't really know YouTube existed until Fraser started watching. I don't even know how we got onto it, but he started watching like little videos on it. And then when I was pregnant with Caleb, I started watching pregnant women on it, and I started to love it, but I didn't really know it existed before then. And yeah, definitely wish I had started like 10 years ago.
You don't let the boys eat what they like.
No, we don't let the boys have sweets. We let them have like ice lollies and cakes and cookies and stuff. We've really tried to steer clear of the sweets thing because of like cavities and whatever. Steer clear of like juice, too much juice. Like, we're very mindful of their teeth and stuff, but I do think I'm also quite relaxed. But I think I'm not like a sugar police type parent at all. Like, if we went to a birthday party and there was loads of stuff there, I wouldn't say no to them. Like, it's just in moderation, obviously.
You want a pet, but don't think the boys will look after it.
No, I think the boys would be really good with a pet. Caleb is so good with animals, and I actually would love him to have a pet because he loves it so much. But I don't know, it's really difficult. Like Matt obviously has allergies, but also we're about to move into a house that we're going to renovate, and I think it would be really mean to get a puppy or a cat and then them live in like dust for a year. So we don't think it's the right time for us to get a pet, although I would love it.
Talking of home, you're not looking forward to when your kids leave home when they're old enough to?
No.
Why would you?
I'm not looking for, I don't want them to fly the nest anytime soon. Like if they want to live with me till they're 30, that's fine. But then equally, like you do want them to like grow and be independent.
But you don't want to wish their life away.
No, but I was thinking like Fraser and Jackson, they're like over 5 years apart. So if Fraser goes go to university when he's like 18, Jackson will be like 12 or 13. And I think, oh, that would be sad for Jackson if he moves away. But then that probably is gonna happen. I don't know. But no, I love having the boys around. So.
You're stricter than Matt with the kids.
No. I obviously have limits and boundaries, you need to, but I think you would come down harder on them. Like, but you're not even that strict.
No.
Like, I think we are quite but we're fair. So I think as long as you're fair. But yeah, I would break the rules a bit more than Matt.
Okay, the next house is the forever house.
I think so. Matt says there's no such thing as a forever home, but this next house is like my forever home. I feel like we'll be there for like 20 years, or
hopefully
it's something we can live in and grow in, and like, yeah, I think so.
Fraser looks older than he is.
He has literally shot up so much and he is becoming like a young man. But in real life, he just looks like all his friends who are also 9. So I don't know. He's just got really tall and thin lately, and everyone on Instagram's like, he looks 15. But also, I'm quite small, so I think next to me, he looks huge. But I'm only 5'3". He's actually got nearly the same size shoe as me. But I think I'm small rather than him big, maybe.
Yeah, he seems quite happy.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. It's not an assumption, but it's really important. Chinese or Indian takeaway?
Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's really accurate, actually. You want to move back to America.
I'm from Canada, so no.
You've got lots of money and your new house is really big. So excited to see it, by the way.
I've had so many messages like this, and I actually feel a bit nervous for you guys to see the new house, because I think everyone's expecting it to be this giant mansion from what they're saying, and it's definitely bigger than this house, like more square footage, bigger garden and all of that, but it is still just a normal house. Like when we were looking at houses as well, Matt was he's the sensible one, and Matt was very much like, we have to maintain our house and like we have to look after it, and we don't want it to be like too much. So I'm worried we're gonna disappoint people, like with the house.
You don't care what people think.
He doesn't care. It's just normal. It's normal, but so nice.
Yeah. We're nearly 40, so.
Yeah, we're old.
You wish you had a girl.
No. I honestly don't feel like I'm missing out, but I do get that question so often. But sometimes it annoys me a bit because I feel like, well, don't like look at my boys, like they're so amazing and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe before we had kids, if you'd said, what do you want? Maybe I would have said, oh, a boy and a girl. But now that I've got 3 brothers, like I think there's something really special about having the same sex and like seeing them bond, like they're so close. So
it doesn't matter what sex
it's really,
they are,
you don't care. Like
as a parent, you don't think about it.
Yeah, and like each child has been so different from the next. It's almost like that personality or that person's joining your family. Like I don't really think
it's
about
always
girl
conversation though, isn't it? It's always topic of conversation. We don't have to go through, oh, did you want a girl? I mean, or if you see other people and they've got girls, it's like...
Like we literally get it all the time, especially on holiday.
When you're in the house though, it's something you don't think about.
No, like when people see me out with the 3 boys, they're like, oh, do you want to go for a 4th? I think I would have 4 boys then. Like we don't make girls. And like, I don't know, I feel like it's quite insulting, especially in front of the kids. I feel like, how dare you? Like, I don't know, say that in front of my boys.
My boys.
My boys.
Right, next one. You have bad days and down moments, but you try really hard to turn things around.
Yes, I would say I'm like a glass half full type of person. Always have been like quite optimistic. Yeah, do you think?
Yeah.
Quite positive. And yeah, I definitely have down days, or I have days where I'm like, oh, I can't do it. But like I will quickly snap out of that and try and like think about the bright side of things. So yeah, I would agree. So that is actually over 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other assumptions or questions you want to ask me, put them in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye.